Oh Lord, are we finally doing this? Wow. Okay. What's up, y'all? This is MJ of all trades. Welcome to another video, a long awaited video. What's up, y'all? Oh my gosh, I'm finally doing this. I'm just like, wow. I've been meaning to do this for a long time. Let me tell y'all something. Okay. I have not uploaded, I know, I have not uploaded in almost 1 year. It'll be a year in January. It is December 2024, and the last time I uploaded was January 2024. Yeah, and but a lot has happened in between there, and I just I'll explain. But a lot has happened. First things first, I just want to say that I moved to California. I moved back to Los Angeles, California. That was one of my biggest secrets. If y'all remember my last YouTube video in January, I made a vision board, and it's actually sitting in front of me and I'm about to talk about it. But I made a vision board and I couldn't show y'all the whole thing. The reason I couldn't show y'all the whole thing was because of the things I had on it. And I knew in January that I was going to move back to Los Angeles by the end of the year. So that was one of the hugest things on my vision board. And I knew that if people saw what was on my vision board, like the photos that were on there, they probably would have been like, what's all them Cali and Hollywood photos you got on there? I'll probably insert some clips here of some of the pictures I had on my vision board, because I still can't show y'all the whole thing, and I'll explain that too. But I will insert some of the photos I had on there. And when I tell y'all, listen, God has been good to me this year, okay? Like, it was ups and downs, but God did his big one, and God did what he said he was going to do. But yes, I currently live back in Los Angeles. Can y'all believe that? I know y'all are shocked, child. Like, people were shocked when I announced it. I didn't tell them. So I actually live in the Hollywood Hills. So I am in Hollywood, California, in the Hollywood Hills. That's another crazy thing. Like, child, I went from South LA to Hollywood Hills. So I am back in Los Angeles, and I'm just going to chat with y'all and kind of give y'all an update on my life and tell y'all what God has done. I'm just going to chat with y'all off the dome. I don't have no script or nothing in front of me today, but I did just want to come on here. I've been meaning to do this for months now. I did want to come on here and just kind of tell y'all what's going on with me. So yes, first thing, most importantly, I'm in a new place. This is my new apartment. Beautiful, spacious home. Very shocked still. It's still surreal when I wake up every morning, because I feel like I'm in an Airbnb. It's everything that happened after August of this year is surreal, because this is something I prayed for. This is something I didn't think. I knew God was going to do it, but I just didn't really know how. And I think it just still shocks me. But I don't know. I'm just like, am I really here? Because, as you guys know, I started my YouTube channel in St. Louis, Missouri about 2 years ago, I think. I had just moved there. I had just moved back to St. Louis. That's where I'm originally from. So this year marked 20 years, y'all, me being back in Los Angeles. So had I not moved, I moved in 18 years. So officially it's been about 18 years. But had I not moved, technically, I've been in LA for 20 years. I only left for 2 years. So half of my life, I've been in Los Angeles. Tell you my age right there. But I was in LA half my life. So like, I can really kind of claim both. Like, I can claim St. Louis and I can now claim LA. Like, that's pretty awesome. Like, I'm born and raised in the Lou, but like half and half, y'all. So I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I moved back to St. Louis, Missouri in 2022. as you guys know, I made a video about it. My father passed away 4 years ago now, November 29th, 2020. It's 4 years now since my dad died. And that was rough on me. Really, really bad. Man, go back and watch the video, y'all. Well, that was rough on me and my family. And I had put on all this weight after my father passed away. I just didn't really want to live anymore, if I could be honest. I did not. Man, like losing a parent is just no joke. I don't wish it on my worst enemy. Just the pain of what it's like and the grief of losing someone who gave birth to you. Like, that's just, yeah. So I went back home 2 years after my father's death because I kind of just couldn't take it anymore. And then when I went back, I just noticed my mom. I had an inkling, and I don't make moves without God. Let me just say that, y'all. Like, I don't make moves without God, period. Like, without hearing his voice. I don't want to make the wrong move in life. And that has been a blessing to me. God has favored me. God has blessed me because I listen to him. And let me tell you something. If you are wishing down on me or wishing for my downfall, you hate the fact that God blesses me, you hate the fact that I'm favored, get off my channel, stop following me. And if you decide to still follow, hopefully you get inspired and go pray somewhere and get some healing. Because God is not going to stop favoring me, period. Because no matter how much I feel whatever way about things in life, because life's still life, and I have gotten mad at God. I'm human. I get mad at God, especially after my dad died. But God never stopped doing things, even when I thought he did. I know now why he did what he did. Like, y'all, it's just been so much. But yeah, so I moved back. Really? Nose would start running. Y'all, my allergies are crazy. Nose start running as soon as I sit down and start talking. So annoying. Okay, I'm back. Allergies drains every day like nobody's business. Anyway, as I was saying, I moved back 2 years after my dad passed because I knew my mom needed me, and there was just things and I needed them. Not only did my mom need me, family, but I needed them at that time. I needed my mother. I needed my family. I was tired of grieving alone. I felt so alone after my dad left. My dad is the reason why people laugh at me when I say it. My dad is the reason why I ain't been in jail. My dad is the reason why I've kept my cool in life when it comes to humans and people. Yeah. My dad is the reason why I know God the way I do. I have the faith the way I do. My mother, of course, too, but my dad, it was something about the things he would say to me. So dealing with life without him was rough after that year. And I was like, I went back home to visit. And when I went back home to visit, I think not even a year after he died, that first Father's Day, I was like, I don't even want to go back to California. I don't care about nobody there. I don't care about the people. Like, I don't care about nothing. Like, I was like, I just want to be with my family. I kind of just felt like life was a little over, to be honest. It felt like life was over after his death. Like, it really did, or just at a halt. Anyway, that's another story. Go back and watch the grieving over my father's death video. But yeah, I went back and I stayed there for 2 years. My time in St. Louis, Missouri was an interesting time. That's probably a whole nother separate video I need to make. It was quick, God did what he's going to do in that 2 years. And I knew that was not a place for me probably after like after the first year. So God kind of revealed to me a year ago, which is December 23, which is about a year and a half, maybe a little under a year and a half after I was in St. Louis, that I was moving again. I was moving back. And to be like told in a dream, y'all, like it was just, I was doing a lot of things that just was not aligned with my purpose. There's really nothing there for me, of course I was still me, but there is things there that just, it doesn't align with me. I didn't align with people. People didn't align with me. I mean, it was cool. I got along with people, and I had a great, big old 2-bedroom apartment there. But it just seemed like God kept trying to show me, you won't be here long. Like a lot of things that were happening, I should have took into consideration. You won't be here long. The day I got off the plane when I moved there, I've never publicly even told this story on Facebook or Instagram, so I won't say too much. But I will say I almost went to jail. It's a true story. The first day I landed back in St. Louis, people think because I'm a pretty girl, I'm thin, I carry myself very classy, that I don't get down. Okay, stop thinking that about quiet, introverted, pretty girls. We get down. Okay, stop thinking that. Like, if I gotta get down, especially when it comes to my family, my mother, I will get down with you. Okay? I will get down with you. I think that's something my mama don't know either. Like, sometimes my mom be like, what? I'm like, Mama, what? Do you know what? Like, I don't think she really knows how crazy I am or like how much my marbles be kind of left. Like, I'm telling you, my friends, like people that really know me be like, yo, like, this girl's with the shits. Like, y'all kind of need to back off, So, yeah, but the first day I landed there, something happened outside my mother's house and involving a situation happened. I'm just going to say that. And involving something with my family. But it was in front of my mother's house. And no, I don't play that. It was a white man. And let's just say there were some threats thrown. I was called the B word, I think. I was trying to stand up for my nephew, actually. And I won't get too much into detail, but the white man, mind you, we grew up in a middle class white neighborhood, my family did. But we were very well respected around there. So, and they knew my father. So the white neighbors all came outside. They love us. So, with another white man coming from a black family, he was on his own still, which I don't think he realized. I don't play that when it comes to my mother. So I was threatened. I don't care who was threatened, whether it was me, my mama, my nephew, it was threats in front of my mother's home. And I don't play them games whatsoever, like at all. And I'll say this publicly, listen, I don't play when it comes to my mother or her home because my father's gone, he left his legacy there. She's not alone, but I just don't play when it comes to some threats being thrown. And that day, I did not care. I would have smiled in that mugshot so hard when it comes to, threats being thrown in front of my mother's home. So cops were called. It was handled, but yeah, another sister showed up with a bat, dragging a bat down the street. Yeah, it was a lot. We really don't play that. A lot of people, again, they don't think that because we are ministers' children, because of who our father was. They think that we just, we don't get down. No, we get, anyway. My daddy didn't play them games. He was a minister, but he still didn't play them games, and he didn't want us to play them games either. You will not be bullied. You will not be none of that. That's why I be trying to be quiet sometimes. I'm like, let me be quiet because y'all don't want the side to come out while I'm not quiet no more. Anyway, I'm rambling, but a situation happened where that first day when I got off the plane and that happened, I was like, okay, that should have been a sign to me. Like, Lord was telling me then, and I didn't hear. Like, you're not gonna be here long, okay? Don't get too comfortable. You're just here for a time being, but yeah. So that was the first day I landed there, and I was like, what the F is happening? I just got off the plane. This is nuts. But yeah. So anyway, but I ended up moving into my own place, not too far from my mom. And for a while, it was really refreshing. I had never gotten a chance to be, with parents during the day since I had been an adult, besides coming home to visit for Christmas or holidays or Mother's Day or something like that. Like, I had never gotten a chance to just drive down the street. So I was excited for that. I can go on and on just to say St. Louis was not the place for me. And I began to realize that after a while. Y'all, I mean, being in public, you would have thought that I was a celebrity, which is not, it could go positive and it could go negative. Like, it wasn't such a terrible thing, but I stood out a lot. I don't know why. I still don't know why. I don't know. I stood out. I'm just going to say that. I don't know why I stood out so much, but I stood out a lot. And it was just apparent in a lot of situations that I just didn't, people didn't think I was from there. I always got that since I moved to Cali, though. I don't know why, but I stood out a lot, and it got to the point where it was uncomfortable. And I think I was trying to fit in a place where God never intended for me to fit in. That's why I moved so young. God never intended for me to fit in a place like St. Louis. I'm going home in 4 days, actually, for Christmas. It's Christmas time almost. So yeah, last December, I ended up blurting out to my family last Christmas Eve in my mom's house. I don't know what we were talking about. I think I was irritated. I was like, I'm moving back to California, by the way. And everyone just got silent. They got so quiet and they were like, oh, for real? Okay. It was so out of the blue for them. But for me, it wasn't. I mean, for months, y'all, I knew God was tugging me in another direction. And I don't know if you guys can imagine, my spiritual people that's listening, what it's like when you are being tugged and you're not ready to be tugged, especially when you were just tugged. Like, moving across the United States ain't quick, ain't cheap, ain't none of that. Like, it ain't, so it's like, again, when I was getting that tug, I was just like, man, it was emotional for me. It was very emotional. I knew God was telling me, you got to go again. You got to leave again. The only way you're going to live is that. I knew that if I was going to continue to live and live out my purpose and to my fullest potential, I had to move again. I had to move again. I began to realize that, and I started to have dreams. I don't think I've ever talked about my prophetic dreams that I have. I'll make a video about that one day. But I started to have dreams, and the last dream I had, I woke up crying because of the people that were in the dreams. I was holding a microphone. I was in a rehearsal. God was showing me different things that was going to happen. And then the song that was playing in that dream was playing in my room. Y'all, I know some of y'all won't, but like the song was playing so loud in my head, it woke me up out of my sleep. But when I woke up out of my sleep, nothing was playing in my room. I didn't have no radio or nothing in there. But the song was so loud, it woke me up. And when I realized the lyrics of the song, I woke up and I found the song on YouTube. I played the song and I started crying. And I was like, okay. So from that dream and from, I realized, I said, Lord, whatever you want me to do, I'm going to do. Whatever it is, even if I don't like it. Wherever you want me to go, wherever you want me to sing. Like, I was dreaming about certain things and certain people. And I was like, but now I realize God was just showing me, I just need you to follow my footsteps. I just want you to follow what I'm telling you. Because at that moment, I was like, all right, if you want me to go back and you want me to do this, this, and this, all right, Yeah, so last year, I was having these dreams, and that's when I realized God wants me to move back. So I officially made the decision. I told my family Christmas Eve. I had never really said it to myself out loud, but I officially made the decision as of early January that I was moving back for sure. And I think I've told my family again for sure. I was like, I don't know how this is going to happen. It's very emotional, y'all. Imagine what I went through. Y'all, I moved. Okay, so in 3 to 4 years, y'all, I moved 3 times. And 2 of them were across the United States. I mean, just imagine how emotional that is in your mind when you're thinking like, I gotta move again. Like that didn't sit right with me at first. Because I'm like, is this what I have to do in order to be who I am? But I began to realize as time went on, from like January to spring, that why I was ever sent there in the first place. Like, I knew my reason there, but it really became apparent to me. I was like, this is why God sent me back to St. Louis. But so as of January, I realized that I was going to leave, and it got to the point where I was crying all the time. I was so ready at that point. Like, once I knew I was moving, man, when I tell y'all, it takes so much patience to know that God told you something that's going to make your life better. You want to do it now. You don't really want to wait. So it got to the point where it was like, I realized, okay, this is going to happen. I'm not renewing my lease. It got to the point where I wanted to leave by like March. by like March, April, but it was January. Who got money to move in a few months? Who got, who got it? Who got it? You ain't got no place, like none of that. So all this, and my mom's like, well, I did it. Coming to St. Louis, I moved so quick. And I'm like, girl, you slow down. Like, I really had to start praying to slow down because I was so ready to go at that moment. It got to the point I hit up my landlord. I said, tell me how much it would cost to break this lease. And they got back to me and I saw that price. I said, never mind. Don't worry about it. We're just going to pray. So when I saw how much it cost to break that lease early, I was like, you can't go right now, Mark. You got to be smart. And then I start seeing all these, affirmations pop up. I know a lot of people don't believe in affirmations and things dealing with signs and stuff like your zodiac. But I start seeing so much stuff pop up for me in my timeline on Instagram that was like, you got to move slow. It was so many things like, if you move slow and steady, it's going to work out every day, y'all. I got a screenshot. It was so much stuff every day telling me, you got to move, you got to slow down, you got to slow down. And so it got to the point I was like, God is telling me to slow down. It's going to work out if I slow down. I had to slow my mind down too. So I just began to pray. I said, Lord, I need you to give me patience. It is January. My lease is not up until August, but I'm ready to go now. Another big thing that I did not talk about was the seasonal depression. I think I talked about it in my past videos. What's so funny is, which I should have said in the beginning, in a lot of my last YouTube videos, I talked about how I probably won't be in St. Louis long. Like when I look back, I was like, I said it. It's like I knew. But I didn't really know it's going to be that fast, y'all. Like 2 years is not a long time at all. So, yeah, I said it a lot in that video. And I think I taught in those videos and I talked about my seasonal depression. But it had got y'all, it was so bad a year ago. It was so bad a year ago. I remember sitting at work and I was like, I cannot live another winter here. That's another thing. I think it's before I started having the dreams. I was like, I can't spend another winter here. And I remember hitting up my best friend. It was like around this time in December. And because I saw the weather was going to be like super warm a couple days. And I was like, I got to get to California. I just need to get on the beach, maybe. Like, I got to go somewhere warm, And then when I looked at the weather again, I was like, by the time I would have been able to go, weather, just like California, the weather changed again. It was cold again. I was like, what is the point of me coming to cold weather? Like, I needed to go somewhere warm and where it's sunny, but I couldn't do another winter. I am not a winter girl. And I started to realize that while I was there, I was like, I can't live another winter. I will not survive. I will not have survived. And I'm being so honest with y'all. It was so depressing. So depressing being in that cold weather for me. I hate cold weather. And I always knew I disliked it, but going back and living, like now I look back, I'm like, what were you thinking? But I did what I had to do, So when I said that what I had to do, this whole year turned into my move. So I got on YouTube in January. I made this vision board, this amazing vision board that literally saved my life. Everybody talks about how terrible 2024 was. It really wasn't that way for me. And let me tell you why. Because every move that I said I was going to make, I made. And I encourage everybody to make a vision board. It worked for me. Every move I said I was going to make, I made. Now, there's some things on here that I did not sit in front of me. There were some things on here that I still have not, I'm working on still. That's why I'm still not going to show the whole thing. Because I'll probably take those and put them on to 2025. I'm still working on some things. But at least half of this, more than half of this came true. Like, when I show y'all the pictures on here and then I compare mine, I mean, it's just like, I knew that it was going to happen. I was determined. If you go back, I want y'all to go back and look at that video I made. And when I declared that my life was going to be the way I wanted my life to be, the way I wanted God, the way that God wanted it to be, I knew I took so much control. I'm so proud of myself. Let me back up. I'm so proud of myself for what I did and how I handled my life after the death of my father, how I handled the depression, how I handled all these things that the devil kept throwing at me. I'm so proud of it. I don't even know what the noise is. It's just always some kind of noise when you live in any apartment, child. This is the quietest complex I've ever lived in, but it's always some kind of noise. Don't matter. Anyway, I'm proud of myself on how I handled how I was patient this year. I started working for a shoe brand in St. Louis. I only told one of my managers that I was going to move at the end of the year, and we became really good friends. Shout out to Lamont. I didn't tell anybody else because it was none of their business. That's another thing. When God told me what was going to happen, what I was going to do, I did not tell anybody. I'm so proud of myself. Y'all don't understand. It's so many things. In so many ways I've changed. I'm not the same person anymore. I'm just very different now than I was even 2 years ago. I will say, like, I've completely changed. Don't know if I know really much about it. It's really always been that way, but I think now it's a lot different, as if I can say that. People thought they knew my business in the past because you didn't know nothing. But now you really don't know nothing unless I want to tell you. So this whole year, I went without telling a soul about my move, except for my family, my best friend, and like I said, my boss, maybe like 3, 4 other people here in Cali that I trusted. I didn't tell anybody else that I feel like I just didn't want to tell everybody. It's not that I don't trust everybody, but sometimes people here still associate with people that I don't want to have nothing to do with. And if I don't do mess, I don't do running your mouth. You know, if I hear your friend's business, I mean, you tell them mine. Like, and I don't deal with that. That's why so many people are blocked. You still blocked. You're going to stay blocked. I just don't have time for a lot of the stuff I dealt with before. I will never hang out with anybody again that doesn't love themselves. If you're a woman, you don't love yourself fully, you don't have high self-esteem, we will not align. And that's just bottom line. That's it. So, and I'm okay with that. I've accepted, I don't care what anybody thinks about that. I will only hang out with women or associate with women that love themselves. I will no longer do the if you don't love yourself. So yeah, anyway, back to that video in January. I was determined to make my move. So the whole year my whole year was wrapped around this move. Every drive to work, I thought about this move. I mean, every move I was making, I didn't care about hanging out with anybody because in my mind, I was like, you got to save money to move. You got to find a place by a certain time. You got to put in a 60-day notice without having a new apartment in another city and state. Y'all talk about faith, okay? Talk about faith, okay? Who does that? Who puts in a 60-day notice? Because that was required. Like a lot of apartments now, you got to put in 60 days, not 30. Who puts in a 60-day notice? I didn't even have a new apartment. I didn't know where I was going to go. I knew I was headed to Cali, but I didn't even have a new apartment, no lease, nothing was signed, y'all. Like crazy, crazy faith you have to make these kinds of moves. Like crazy. But yeah, so in January, I was determined a lot of things. I was also determined so I don't know if y'all realize I had told you guys in that video I had lost 40 pounds. And I told you I was determined to get to 50. Well, I got to 50. So I ended up losing another 10 pounds. So I officially lost a total of 50 pounds. And I'm still shocked when I say that and even think about that. You talk about discipline. I really can do anything. When you lose weight naturally, and another thing, when you lose weight without working out, that takes crazy. Like you can literally do anything. I did not work out, y'all. I think I had mentioned that in my last video. I had not worked. I had lost 40 pounds of working out. Now we're at 50. So I got down to 150 pounds. I have not been this size in probably over a decade. And my waist is only an inch bigger than it was when I was in high school. So, yeah. That was a while ago. So I ended up accomplishing a lot of the things that were on my vision board. A lot of my prayers were answered. And I can't believe we're at a time where it's time to make a new vision board. I'm so excited. I probably will have like a vision board party or something here at my place. Let me just go a few things that was on this vision board. So I have I have welcome to California signs. I got the picture. So let me explain how crazy this is. I lived in South Bay for those of you not from LA, that's over on the south side of LA, past Inglewood, a little past Inglewood, like LA County. I lived in Hawthorne, California for 17 years. So most of the time here in California. When I first moved, I was staying near Ladera. That was my school housing. I stayed there for like the first year, and then I got my own place really young, and I had been in that complex for 17 years. And moving from my studio to my one bedroom after 14 years, I stayed in the studio apartment for 14 years because I was just comfortable in there. It was just me, it was roomy. But after a while, I was like, yeah, it's time to move. You got too many shoes. So I ended up moving to finally to a unit downstairs after 14 years of being in that same complex. And I found out later that I was their longest tenant they ever had. Can you imagine being in your 20s? Like the longest tenant someone ever had, never been evicted or put out. Like that's amazing to be in Los Angeles. Like that is tremendous amount of faith I had, tremendous amount of favor God showed me. Like, man, I'm telling you. Yeah. So I ended up moving from my studio to my one bedroom. And then I stayed in my one bedroom for 3 years. And then that's when I moved to St. Louis. And then I moved from there to St. Louis County and South County. Stayed there for 2 years. And now I'm here in Hollywood Hills. So this picture that I have on my vision board, I have a picture of the Hollywood sign. I have a picture of a street leading to the Hollywood sign. And then I have a picture of the 101 freeway. I just happened to put it on my vision board, y'all. I'm thinking, I knew I wanted to move north and be closer because I'm in the entertainment industry. That's another thing. I haven't got on my work yet. I'm in the entertainment industry. That's just the whole, as a whole, and work, fashion, music. That's just what I do. So living where I was living was always far from everything work, as far as work goes. So I knew I wanted to move north, but I had no idea I would be like where I am, I guess. I didn't know where I was going to move. Like I said, y'all, I had to put in a 60-day notice in May. So at the end of May, I didn't know where I was moving at. I had already made the vision board in January. So I have a picture of Welcome to California sign, airport sign, a picture of Melrose sitting down eating brunch, because that's what I do, and I love Melrose, and the Hollywood sign on 101 freeway. I live in Hollywood, y'all. I had no idea I was going to move to Hollywood. None. I was not looking for an apartment in Hollywood. I was looking. And I live where this street leads to in this photo, and you can see the Hollywood sign. It's like right over here, y'all. Like I come out here, see the Hollywood sign if I walk down the hill and over there. Or if I walk up the hill, actually right here. I have such a beautiful view, y'all. I'm just so thankful and blessed. It's crazy. But if I walk up this hill and then walk over a little bit, a lot of times when I try to get some steps in or exercise a little bit, I stop and just stare. I can see the Hollywood sign that's right across right across the freeway. And the freeway that's right here is the 101 freeway. Can you believe that? I put a picture of the 101 on here and the Hollywood sign where the street is over there in that photo. And a 101 is right here. And if it gets quiet enough in my apartment, you can actually somewhat hear the traffic. From the 101 freeway. As soon as I start walking up this hill here, there's the 101 freeway right here. And I look over, there's the Hollywood sign. Tell me vision boards aren't like crazy, crazy. I just knew I was moving to Cali. I didn't know I was going to be in the neighborhood that's on that picture, on the vision board, y'all. Do you understand what I'm telling you right now? Like, I didn't know I was going to live over here. I did look at a few apartments in North Hollywood. I hate North Hollywood, though, but I'm not even far from it now. Universal's right here, y'all. I'm right by Universal Studios. Hollywood Bowl is right here. They park over here to walk to Hollywood Bowl. Like, crazy. Love my neighborhood, y'all. Okay? Love my neighborhood. Beautiful palm trees. I've never had palm trees on my street. I lived in LA. Like I said, where I lived there, baby, we went to palm trees. It was trees. It was no palm trees. There's palm trees. I live on a steep hill. One of those little San Francisco hills. Like, it's really steep. Like, when me and my best friend first got here, we turned into the garage. I used to be scared, but I'm used to it now. But we were scared because when you turn into it, your car is like this because the hill is so steep where my place is. And when you turn into the garage, your car is literally like this. It feels like. And then when I'm coming out, I swear I'm going to have my best friend stand behind my car. When I'm coming out of the garage, I feel like my car is like the wheels are off the ground because the hill is so steep coming out of the garage. Crazy. Still grateful though, but it's scary. Like, so that's another thing. My best friend viewed my apartment So the move to LA, my best friend viewed my apartment. I know this video is gonna be all over the place. She viewed it for me twice, and I got approved so fast, y'all. I thought I was being scammed. I got approved that quick. She viewed it for me, and I had her come and view it the second time. I was like, "Can you come and make sure that that's the actual apartment that you showed me in the video?" Because I woke up at midnight one night to use the bathroom, and I had a lease in my email to sign, and I thought that was so crazy. I was like, "Huh?" I think it was the second people I had applied to. It was I had to call the other people I had talked to. I said, "Thank you guys for reaching out, but I'm gonna take this other place." Crazy how this worked out, y'all. Because the places that I had looked at, or she looked at for me, she would go in and view it for me when she could. I had the bestest friend in the world. She would go and view it for me, send me videos, and me and her both liked. We ranked all of the apartments that we liked the best, and we ranked the other one number one. And when I got here and saw where the apartment was exactly, or what the street was like, God knew what he was doing. God always knows what he's doing, y'all. He knew I belonged right where I am. He knows who I am. He knew I belonged here, because that street was kind of chaotic and just was not cute. And y'all, this street is, it's just beautiful over here. Like, I can't even explain. God always knows what he's doing. This was number 2. So the other one was number 1. This was ranked number 2. I think we had like a 3 or 4 after this, but this was ranked number 2. So I took number 2. The reason I didn't have the other, let me tell you, the reason I didn't get the other apartment is only because the unit was taken. So I was approved in the with like the other apartment was the same management company. So I was approved for any of their apartments. Okay. God, let me tell y'all, I'm telling y'all in favor. I'm just telling you, I don't understand God's favor over my life. I think it has a lot to do with my father. Like, my father was favored, and my father prayed for favor over his family. And I really believe that's why God favored me the way he did. But yeah, I was approved for that one, and that's the one I wanted. That one was still fire. But when I think about where I'm at now, it's like, this is so perfect. It's very different from what I've ever had. I know I told y'all, I've been telling y'all for years, I was going to give you an apartment tour. I never gave you guys an apartment tour in my last place. So I think this one is apartment tour worthy. It's so cute. But I'm not like an apartment tour type chick. Like, I don't feel like being like, okay, this is from Amazon. This is from Wayfair. Like, look, I just don't be like doing that. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see my apartment. I am the decor queen. That's another gift of mine. I decorate. I'm a great decorator. So I do post like pictures of my decorations in my rooms. You'll see my apartment on Instagram because I like the decor. I like what I did to my place. So I do post it. So follow me on Instagram and you'll see, because I probably won't do an apartment tour. But yeah. But yeah, I also have like healthy foods on my vision board from January. And I also remember holding up a before and after picture of how hefty I was and the weight that I had lost then. I said, we're not going back there. I didn't go back, y'all. I kept the weight off and I lost an extra 10. So this summer coming up, because this summer was kind of, again, it was just wrapped around this move. So I didn't really do much this summer. But baby, the way I'm about to be in Daisy Dukes this coming summer, my legs I'm about to start doing Pilates. I know I haven't worked out in years, but I want to start, because losing 50 pounds and having my body look the way it does now, I just feel like once I do like Pilates or start working out, y'all ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. And just get ready, okay? I'm gonna be my Daisy Dukes. I'm gonna be in, okay? I worked hard, and when I say I worked hard, I know I didn't work out, but if you could imagine the amount of discipline it takes to lose that kind of weight, that's a video in itself. And let me tell you, I actually made one. I made a weight loss video. So I actually recorded some videos back in January. Or no, like after that. I recorded a few videos this year. I'm going to be honest, YouTube videos. I just didn't post it. I do not like editing videos and all that other stuff. I will insert some clips somewhere in here, because my friend told me, she was like, I think you should document your move. So I did start to document my move, or maybe towards the end of the video, I start adding some stuff in the video. But I did document some of the move. It's an airplane coming. So I did document some of the move. So I do want to show you guys that finally. But I did make videos this year. I'm not even going to lie. I made some videos this year, and they just did not get uploaded, edited and uploaded. I did make a weight loss video. But I'm going to watch it one more time and see if it's worth posting. The reason that I did not post, I'm going to be honest with you, people are not ready for the truth, and I'm a truth teller. And when I made that video, I said a lot of things. I not only told you how to lose weight, but I got in y'all asses. And because not enough people are getting y'all's asses. And I get frustrated at people who claim they want to lose weight, complain about their guts, complain about all this stuff, and you don't do nothing about it. It irks the living daylights out of me. And I talked about you in this video. So I haven't, I decided to not post it. I made the video probably in February. Yeah, maybe in February 24. And I never posted it. It's hilarious, actually. It's hilarious. It probably would have went viral. I'm not even gonna lie, I looked at it, I was like, man, this is probably gonna go viral. Because I was just saying a lot of stuff. But women don't want to hear the truth. So let me explain why I did not. Women do not like to hear the truth when it comes to weight loss. Women don't like to hear the truth when it comes to anything, especially black women. Sorry. Yes, I said it. But definitely when it comes to weight loss. And they surely don't want to hear it from somebody who they think got thin privilege. So but if I lost the weight, you would think they would want to listen, but I know how women are. And they would not like the truth that I told in that video. And it's not that I don't mind telling the truth. I was not in a place where I wanted to get the backlash from that truth. Like, women would have been mad. I would have been getting the hate messages again, like, bitch, you think you know. No one has time for these hate messages because you hate yourself and your back is big and you don't love yourself. I didn't have time for it. So I was like, I'm not at a place. My whole focus was this move, make these moves you need to make, do what God told you to do. I didn't have time for it. So I may, depending on how I feel at 25, I may post, I may not. I'm also a different person. I think I'm just not, I don't know. Some stuff I'm just going to be like, okay. Because if you don't love yourself, especially if you don't want to admit that you don't love yourself and you need help and you need to see a therapist, I'm not arguing with you people. Like, so I just didn't have time for like the backlash, the paragraphs, the arguing back and forth with me because you don't want to accept the fact that what I'm telling you, a lot of people, and like, oh, you didn't work out. No, I did not. It's all in your eating habits. Put the fork down. Put the fork down. Like I've been saying for years when y'all ask me how I lost weight. Put the daggone fork down. I'm sick of y'all. See, this is how it was that whole video probably was over an hour. This is how it was that whole weight loss video. So this is why it hasn't gotten posted. So maybe it'll get posted this time. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. Anyway, a part of my vision board was also like affirmations, telling me to eat good and to eat clean and drink lots of water, and my before and after pictures. I also had pictures of money on here. I had travel photos on here. I had pictures of beautiful black women sitting down, chilling, eating tea time, and dressed up nice and luxurious looking. All that came true, honey. Like I can live the life I want to live and be cute. I got a cute luxury apartment now, and still working on some things that's on here. I also have a picture of an empty apartment with somebody holding a key. Somebody's holding a key, and of course, in a new apartment. And I knew that I have two pictures of that actually. And both of those are floor to ceiling windows with like a key in her hand, and very similar to the place I have now. I have a huge patio here that I'm sitting in front of right now. It's pretty almost floor to ceiling, but the patio, so here's only one door, but like it's the windows right here next to it. So I really got everything that I wanted for right now. I hate moving, and I hope this is my last move for a long time. And one last thing that I do want to talk about on here is my new job, and something that I am kind of new for me, kind of not. So I did put, fashion pictures on here. As you guys knew, I had talked about not working in fashion again unless I was working with black people. I had prayed about that for so many years, y'all. And this year, let me back up. I told you guys this whole year was around my move to California. So the whole year, I said, okay, when May, June comes, you need to start looking for apartments. I mean, I was on it, y'all. Well, I'm so proud of myself. I was on it. I would be at work, and if I was bored at work, I told you I was working for a shoe company in St. Louis, and when it was downtime, I would be on apartments.com. I would be applying. I would be looking. I would be saving stuff. This is what you have to do when you're determined. You have to move. When people don't make moves and make excuses, it annoys me because I did it. So stop, like, with all these excuses and stuff, because y'all irk with that. That's another video I need to make. But when you want to do something in life, do it. There's no reason why, like, now I know everything just doesn't come easy, but like, y'all. So yeah, anyway, I would be at work and just knew that I was gonna make the move. So came like June, July. I really didn't have much of a summer because I was really stressed on trying to find a place. It got to the point where I was like, I don't know if this is gonna happen. Little did I know that moving to LA would be way different than moving to a lot of other cities. When I moved to St. Louis, I found a place so quick before I even got to St. Louis. I did not find this apartment until a week before I had to move out of my St. Louis apartment. So I ended up staying in St. Louis, which I had already knew because I had to put in a 60-day notice. And by the time August 1st came, I was like, about to have no place by August 1st in LA. And it was just a lot that I wasn't finished with yet. I knew I needed to ship my car, had not scheduled car shipment or nothing. All that is another thing. So I was like, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to find a place as soon as possible. And then when you get that place, if you're not ready to move, pay the rent and stay in St. Louis for another month. So I stayed. That's exactly what I did. I found a place. I told y'all I got approved so quick when my best friend came to look at it and I applied. And so I ended up getting approved. And by late July, they didn't even know I wasn't coming till September. I was just like, here's the money, here's the place, here's the signed lease. So I signed the lease in late July. I moved in. I became a resident August 1st. I did not move to California until September 1st. So I had this place. I've had this place now for 4.5 months, but I've only been here 3.5 months. Yeah, I've only been here 3.5 months now. So found the place, put all my stuff in storage from St. Louis. That when I was in St. Louis, moved in with my sister for a month, and it went by so fast. It was so fun. I was like chilling over there, eating, and just like excited about my move, and I was so grateful because I wasn't worried anymore. I was no more worries. I knew I had my place. I knew I was going back. I mean, there's always something to worry about. I was, okay, so what am I doing when I get there? It's always something to worry about, but the hard part was gone. So I was just excited for my move, and the month of August flew by. But before I moved, right before I moved, like maybe 2 weeks before I moved, I got a call to work on a TV show. So y'all know my best friend is an Emmy Award winning costume stylist for Bold and Beautiful, and she got an opportunity to be the costume designer on a television show. I can't say the name of it yet or the network, but I will come back and talk about it when it does air and all that next year and stuff. So she became the costume designer for a television show, a sitcom with huge stars on it, and called me 2 weeks and was like, you're hired. You're going to be my key set costumer. That was my first time working in television. So I got that job. And so I had a job lined up as soon as I got here. I got off the plane late August, and I got off the plane on Saturday. Monday, I was working on a television set for like 18-hour day. I mean, imagine 12-hour, 18-hour days. So I have not really gotten any sleep till now because we just wrapped for season 2 now. So I'm trying to get a little rest now. But yeah, I'm just so grateful, y'all. Now I have experience working in television on a sitcom. Dream job, y'all. Dream job. Worked with amazing actors and actresses, legends that I never, ever thought I would be able to work with or I would work with. I can't wait to show y'all what that was, but like just the favor that God had on me is crazy. And a picture of me sitting in a wardrobe room, not me, I'm sorry. It's a picture on my vision board, back to the vision board, of 3 girls sitting in a wardrobe room, sitting in a room with a rolling rack, a wardrobe behind them. And they were all black. Are they black? No, the one that was black, I don't know where that is. Oh, there it is, right up there. That one is them sitting in a room. 3 black girls. And it was 3 of us that worked in the wardrobe department on this TV show. Isn't that crazy? Like, and I had said if I get back into fashion, I know I had to work with other races, but it's a very racist industry, so it just makes a black woman frustrated. But I had said I wanted to work with black people. And this entire cast and crew was black. There was some whites, but like most of us are black. And it was such an amazing experience. First time in my life, I'm going to say this on record, that I did not go to my car on my lunch breaks to eat. First time in my entire life, since I've had a job in a car, that I did not go to my car for lunch break and eat. That's how much I actually enjoyed this environment, enjoyed this job. I actually ate inside. That's crazy. That's big for me. That means my nerves, my one good nerve was all right. So, I'm back in Cali. I'm doing that. I'm back singing again every week, which I may have to halt on. That's another thing. My voice was at a complete whisper, y'all, for a whole week, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I still haven't got my full voice back yet. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I did something to my voice too fast, because when I was in St. Louis, I did not sing, y'all. I probably sang in the shower a couple times, but I did not sing. So I think when I got back here, 2 years is a long time to not use your voice. And that was the longest thing in my life that I didn't sing. So since I've been back, I just start singing. When I moved here, y'all, when I say I hit the road running, I hit the road running. When I on television set, I was there and then singing every week. And it got to where I was sick. Like, I got sick the whole month of November pretty much. I did get sick for a second, and I did have a throat issue. But then once that went away, all of a sudden my voice was ripped away. I was at a whisper. I've never in my life can I remember losing my voice to the point where I was literally like this. I could not talk over a whisper. I think something happened to my voice, so I may have to relax for a second. But yeah, so that's just the gist of really things that's been going on with me. I've been meaning to make this video for a while just to give you guys an update on my life. There's just a lot happened this year with my mother. That's another thing that when I told you guys, like, now I knew why God sent me back to my mother. It was some health issues in the spring, summer. Spring, summer was rough for me. I did not share it with anybody, like I said, but my family, of course, because we were there, my best friend. I just don't share nothing with nobody anymore. If we're not, that's a whole nother issue. That's a whole nother thing too. Like, you don't call and check on me, you're not gonna know shit. So, but I don't mind sharing it with you guys. This is me. I don't mind doing that. But I rode in the back of an ambulance with my mother for the first time in March. That was rough. She underwent surgery, and she's been healing ever since. She was falling a lot, and that was really hard on me. My mom probably doesn't know, unless she watches this video, that I missed a lot of work to be with her every day. And I think she probably thinks that was just my schedule. But like, I literally was just missing work because I was just worried about her. And they were really cool about it. I will always be grateful for that company for allowing me to miss work like I did, because I love my mother dearly and I'm trying to hold on to her as long as possible. But that made spring, summer really rough for me. At least spring, for a second I was like, maybe I should stay because I know she needs me. But then after a while I was like, no, this is what the devil wants. No. If you stay here, then what about you? What about you living? No, you gotta go. No matter what, you gotta go. If you gotta come back on a plane, come back on a plane like you did for the past 20 years. You will not, no, you're still moving. So I set my mind to exactly what I was going to do. I ended up going to Jamaica this summer with my best friend. It's so much that happened, y'all. I wish that I was in the mood to film more and edit, but I'm just probably not the best content creator when it comes to that, because I just don't feel like editing and carrying, filming everything like that all the time. Like I am, at least not right now. I am at a place where I just want to enjoy. Now I want to take a photo, absolutely, but then I'm gonna sit down. Like making videos, it's a little rough for me all the time, especially when I was just been busy, y'all. Like I'm busy. I don't know. If I could do this full time, it'd be different. Right now, I can't. So, but yeah, me and my best friend went to Jamaica. Now imagine going to Jamaica when you have to move. So the thing is, Jamaica was already planned. Jamaica had been planned for almost a year. So we had paid on the trip and everything, so couldn't cancel it. So I had known all this time. And it was also stressing me out. I was like, you do realize when you get back to St. Louis from Jamaica, you have to move in 2 weeks? Like, girl, what are you doing? Like, that's another thing. Like, I did all that, y'all. I went to Jamaica in July and came back and had to be out of my apartment by August 1st. This year was a lot. It was a lot. From me finding out that I was moving back, transitioning, in St. Louis in different ways with work and stuff. And then my mother having some health issues. And that really just bringing me down. And it really brought me down. The thing with my mom. But she's, my nephew's there with her. My sisters are all there. My nephew lives with her. So she's okay. Like I said, I'm going home to visit for Christmas. So I'll be there for a while. And, I just spend time with family. And she's all I have left. So I want to hold on to her as long as possible. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update. I've talked about, I think I pretty much touched on a lot of different things. I do want to insert my move before I leave. I do want to insert some of the things that I had, my document of me moving and stuff. I think that's important. But yeah, I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in and being with me, even with the inconsistency posting. I know so many people, when I don't post, they keep finding that music video I made. And I really need to continue that. I've been saying that. But I'm just being, transparent and honest. Y'all, I know you guys want the information. I'm going to give it to you one day. I can't promise y'all when. I know I'm really bad. I told y'all back in January I was going to. I'm really bad with that. But I do need to get back to giving you guys that information. Like, because you guys deserve that information, So but just thank you guys for hanging in there with me. Those who do hang in there with me. I can't promise y'all when I'm going to be back. I hope to be back soon. When I get busy, I get tired. Yeah, I have really, really low iron too, by the way. I found out I'm really iron deficient. So it's almost ruining my life a little bit, but I'm trying to get better. But I'm really tired and fatigued all the time. And it can ruin your life. So I'm working on what to do about that, y'all. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I just want to give y'all that update. I moved to Cali and the vision board worked. And it is funny that all this time, this year, I did not post. And we're skipping from that vision board video to what happened after the vision board. So maybe that all worked out, that I didn't post social videos throughout the year, because we can jump from that to this. So I will end this video and say, no matter how hard it looks, y'all, no matter what is thrown your way, you got to keep moving. You got to do what's best for you. You have to keep going. You have to make the move. You cannot say, I'm going to make the move. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. I ain't never in my life said I was going to do something and didn't do it. Never. You have to keep going. You cannot I cannot reiterate that enough, y'all. You got to use your faith. You cannot be faithless when you say you want to do certain things, especially when your purpose is involved and your life is involved. And y'all, be happy in life. Have joy and love yourself. All those things, all the things, y'all, make the best of this life. This life and this year, from what I see down my timeline, this year was kind of trash for a lot of people. And it could have been trash for me if I allowed it to be. if I did not make the moves that I said I was going to make almost a year ago, and what I put on this vision board, it would definitely still be trash. I would be living in a city I didn't want to live in. I would be cold, colder than I am now, in 50, 60 degrees in LA. I would be in a cold city, gloomy city. I would just be somewhere that is not aligned with me. Not saying it's a bad place. It's my hometown. Shout out to STL. I'm so St. Louis for life, but you have to do what's best for you, and it just did not align with me. So y'all keep going no matter what it looks like, no matter how you feel. If you're feeling fatigued or like you just don't want to do anything, pray about it. That's what I had to do lately. You know, like I've just been feeling really, really just draggy. And I had to start praying about that. I'm like, Lord, you got to give me some energy. Like, you got to help me. I got a lot of business I need to take care of. You've given me so much. Now give me the wisdom to maintain it, to take care of it. You have blessed the mess out of me. And I know God's using me as an example for other people. I know I inspire people. I get told that all the time. No matter if I don't know why I inspire these people, I just do. So, yeah, I just want to say that and encourage you guys and give you guys an update on my life. And until next time. Hi, guys. What's up? It has been a long time coming. So I am moving back to California. And I know I have not recorded a video since January. It is now July. And one of my friends kind of suggested I should document my journey on moving back. So I'm going to try to somewhat, I guess, document a few things, but I'm just going to put in some clips of, you know, me moving and selling things. So I'm moving back to California, and I have known this since January, since that first video. And I couldn't tell you guys at the time, but yeah. And as you can see, my dining room table is gone. I am actually about to sell my dining room table. It's in front of me right now with the chairs. This is kind of a surreal moment. But this is my table, and I'll try to insert here, you know, what it used to look like. I guess I should have took a final photo, but this is my chairs and dining room set that is now leaving me, and there's where it was. Yeah, excuse the mess in the background. I'm doing so much, but it is July 6th, and I will be in Los Angeles hopefully in a month or so. So I have to get rid of my things, and you know, we all know moving costs. So you know, gotta make money off the things I paid for. So yeah, I just wanted to document this moment. Yesterday I sold a couple of my floor standing lamps, but this is the beginning of my selling process. I'll try to come back with more videos of what I've sold or the moving process or how I'm feeling or what's going on in my mind. This will probably be a nice long video, but I do think this is a nice thing to document. Yeah, so this is where my table was. Hold on, let me turn this off. Got my fan going because I'm fixing food, but this is where my table was. This was one of my favorite spots in my dining room table is one of my most favorite spots in any apartment. That's why my dining table has always been important to me. That's my little toolbox on the ground there. Take it apart to make it easier on the buyer. But yeah, this is where my table was. I did a lot of sitting here. I recorded a few YouTube videos here. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So I will be coming back more, like I said, with more videos kind of documenting the move. But this is my first big item sold, I guess. So I figured I'd start now. So yeah, see you guys later.